at Cameron Indoor Stadium this evening.
Cooper Flagg and Con Knipple also in the house. So a lot of stars shining as we get underway. And Syracuse wins the opening tip. And looking for a major upset on the road tonight in the conference. Duke looking for win number 24. Over the top, and the tap is up and in by Kyle, who can really sky the 6'9" senior to get the orange goal. Shot clock down to 7. He did. Foster to drive it. And on the other side of the iron, Boozer will finish that.
He's just so active around the rim. You can utilize him as a driver, but also he gets on the offensive glass. Good kick.
George with the kick. Trying to fire that one up there and drain it. He's only 33% from 3, but that was all net. Very active there, playing with a bad wrist. Sarr will drive it and score. It just seems to get better and better. Defensive efficiency in the top 3 defensively. Evans too strong. Foster hustles for the rebound in the corner. Boozer averaging 23 and 10. He has already won the Rookie of the Week in the ACC 8 times. Ngongba trying to use that baseline to spin nicely down. In the dome for Syracuse.
Yeah, just giving him an extra scoring punch.
Heavy traffic. George denied. Shot clock inside 10. Foster between the legs. Tough sledding. Rejected on the play. Syracuse's Kyle.
And he needs to get going in this game, as he's one of the best scorers in the ACC.
Trying to give it up late in the shot clock. It's down to 1, and the shot will go anyway. Ngongba on Freeman. Oh, lost him, but the rejection again by Kyle. His second in about 30 seconds. On the run, the slam by Kings. This is a tremendous defensive team. Duke always has a good defensive unit. This is one of their best. That'll spin out for Boozer. Grabs his own miss and right back up.
Syracuse is going to have to keep people off the offensive glass.
And the drive by Boozer. Cayden Boozer all the way through. Coming off a good game on Saturday against Clemson. Cayden Boozer hooks up with his brother, passing away so often and so well. Brother out of the game right now in heavy traffic. And Evans takes a knock and he'll head to the line.
It was such a great defensive possession by Syracuse, and just Evans got Betsy to bite on the ball fake, and Duke works on that a ton.
Anthony off for George, and the point guard sees a real key in this one. Let's fly, and nothing but net from three-point land. Well, right now it's looking like at least 8 teams are headed for the NCAA tournament. Nice cut there, and Emmanuel finished that.
And that game the other night really helped them down the stretch get a win.
Duke playing a lengthy stretch here without Cam Boozer, but they got that man. Syracuse only 1 for their last 9 shooting it. They need a bucket. They're not going to get it here. On the run out, Sarr trying to beat the field. Slams it down. You're in it.
And Isaiah Evans doing a really good job of contesting. You talk about the vision of Cameron Boozer. What an outlet pass to Sarr, who's able to give a big...
I thought the game that Corey and I had with Dickie V on Saturday, they played their best defense in the last couple of years.
And they held Clemson to 54 points. I don't think Clemson's been held to 54 points in the last 4 years. If you're going to beat a top 5 program on the road in their gym, your best player needs to bring it. And he needs to get quality touches and positions on the floor where he can score. But as you see, you're going to see this screen. The screen's going to come right down this way in this area here. And watch how he hits him on the screen. Actually cracks into him. And it just opens up that entire lane. Kyle has been told to stay with Booth. And not being a one-dimensional player has really been the difference. He keeps the defense honest now.
Kings a long one, yes. Syracuse trying to stay connected here at Cameron Indoor. Boozer, long one, yes sir. He can do that too. And they still have to go to Louisville as well. Kings, the hero on Saturday, gets the shot up. Yes, and a triple.
And Cameron Boozer early and forcing them to make it difficult to let them get paint position.
George will pull up from 13 and knock it down.
Hey, George finally playing with the pace. You saw him play it last year offensively at Georgia Tech.
And Boozer kicks it to his brother in the corner. triple. And they have 8 wins over top 25 opponents. Those are the major reason why off the double fake and finishes that.
Where a smaller comes to set a pick for him, but he just pars his way to the basket.
Cayden Boozer out in front. Evans hangs on to it, left it short. Boozer with another 2. Here's Freeman trying to make a spin move. Wow. Great play by Ngongba to keep that alive. Boozer to Evans for the slam. And leading by 16. Boozer bouncing for Ngongba. Been really active offensively, getting inside. Got the shot he wanted, tipped it in. Syracuse is not a team that can shoot their way back into it if they fall behind by a whole lot. They're not a good three-point shooting team, and they were just 4 for 16 in the first half. And there's Freeman in close.
To get that offensive rebound off his own miss.
Foster jump behind the line, and he'll swish in a triple. Those first 5 minutes.
And this team can find a third and fourth option that consistently steps up to score the ball. That's when they'll be best determined to win a championship.
Timeout, Syracuse. This is a different animal here at Cameron Indoor. The lay-in won't go. Kyle fighting for the rebound, surrounded by white shirts. He made it anyway.
Starts with effort, and that's what you question sometimes with Syracuse. Which Syracuse teams are you going to get? And that is similar to SMU. Now they're going to their zone. Man.
They go to Boozer for an easy dunk.
Archery called him a college Jokic earlier today.
They did. Asking for comparison. A dunk there by Kyle. Man, can he elevate. It's fun to watch play defense. The turnaround pop, and that'll drop for Donnie Freeman.
And that's how Donnie likes to play. He can drive, reverse pivot, and can shoot a little fadeaway. Such an NBA move.
6 points. He's averaging 18. Foster to drive it. Hands up and an easy slam. 54-34. Boozer.
Why leave the ball? Why leave the ball?
Freeman again on Sarr. Pushed away. 3 to get off the shot. Working out of a double. Is starting. Yes! Just in time.
Great patience right there by Donnie Freeman to force the double team. But even bigs can guard the perimeter.
Another touch for Boozer. On Kyle, has him on the hip. Still working, lays it in so strong with that lower half. And Duke with a 60-37 advantage.
Oh, but you got a chance to call the Clemson game. Just the level of physicality.
So blessed, and that little baby went home today.
Well, I love that, and I'd love for you to go home tomorrow and give her a big hug, man. You deserve it.
Very kind of you, Mike. It's just incredible. Charles Barkley was talking about this when we did a game earlier this season. When he said, you know, everyone talks about being a grandfather for that Porsche. It's incredible how successful he has been. And Mania, coming off the bench, has buried a couple of threes.
He gives them depth off the bench. He gives them physicality with his perimeter defense, and also another player with a great IQ.
Showing that again tonight here against Syracuse. Freeman with a look and buries the 3. For Red Autry in Syracuse. Malik Brown zipping the pass. Evans wants to get closer on the run, lays it in.
Hasn't reached their ceiling yet offensively. There's still so much room for growth. That's the scary part about who this team is.
Ngongba with the dunk. However, on defense.
So that size and that length is what they use in the defensive end. Look at that.
Right on cue, right? Poked away by Brown, who is an incredible defender.
And that's what makes them scary when they enter March.
We talked about how they could really improve a little bit offensively. Well, they've made 13 out of 15 shots in the second half.
After his dad made a tweet, you know, obviously a lot of people have opinions on how he should be played, but he deleted social media and he's came back to work for the Syracuse Orangemen. I got to tell you, Opie, how excited I am for Saturday. Getting a chance to see Duke, Cameron Boozer going against Yexo Landenberg, two of the top bigs we have in the nation.
Tremendous hustle by Duke despite the huge lead, but a nice drive there for two. Up and in by Nate Kings. Now John Shire's got to love it. The end-to-end effort. Harris open. Yes, he'll swish in a three. Darren Harris, the sophomore out of Virginia. And more good hustle by Amenya, but turned back over to Syracuse. A little two-on-one action. Betsy will drive it and follow his own miss. Red Autry in the orange, hoping to spring an upset. They were in it in the first half for most of it. Up and in by Amenya. He'll be headed for the line, and a three-point play is 10 points. It did for you, before Coach K. And now John Shire. Here's a turnover. Amenya in the open floor. Off for Boozer, and that's goaltending. Count that basket.
It's going to be one hell of a finish.
And still some great out-of-conference games like Duke and Michigan next Saturday swished in. The swing, Cayden Boozer, and blocked by Kings. Cayden Boozer with the pass. They just continue to add on. Other than that, I mean, nobody is touching them. Not close. Amenya gets it back.
One of the most lethal scorers the game of basketball has ever seen. Ever seen.
Betsy will knock down a triple. Harris with the kick to Cayden Boozer and an open three as they get to 98.
Well, he's going to be critical for them as they end the season. And just a guy who continues to learn how to play decision tracker with him so they can help him make the reads on both the defensive and offensive end.
Well, Amenya can hit that all day, and he gets him over 100. And that kind of a fitting way to end it with the thefts, because their defense was suffocating. They hold Syracuse to 64. That's about the average for John Shire's team. His team is unbelievable on the defensive end.